You already got one bull down. Now you can be a little bit more selective.
Got one bull last week. Now it's got to be a good one.
It's just so that we can look back and see what you end up with. What's big to you, Trevor?
Well, we're gonna start with the 350 plus.
Ooh.
And then
By day 3.
depends on how desperate I start getting, but that'll start inching down as the days go on.
Yeah, so like after day 3, like we lose 10 inches every day. So it goes from
after day 3. Yeah, day 4 is probably a 340.
330, 320, 310, 300, 290, 280.
I'll probably be here for 2 weeks and then shoot a 270.
Yeah.
Smaller than my Idaho bull.
Set up this tent under a juniper.
As you never know when Wyoming likes to throw a nice 100-mile-an-hour gust at you.
I lose their tent overnight. Much other day.
Dibs on this door.
We'll feel a big rattler crawl under the tent as we're sleeping.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what I do. Don't worry, I saw it on Python Cowboy. He just grabs it by the back of the head. They try and bite you and he just called him by the back of the head. Can't bite you.
Yeah.
Just have to out muscle him.
Yeah. We got here this evening and did some glassing. Got one nice bull spotted. I know at first we were thinking 320, 330, but I started looking at points and I think the points are decently long. He just looks like a young bull, but the genetics just grow better here than where we're used to. So I hope that's not a fluke and that there's more bulls like that, maybe even bigger.
Hearing some bugles around, so that's a good sign at least.
Well, I thought that I was going to be serenaded to sleep by elk bugling, but I actually just made a map in my head of where they were all at all night. So I didn't sleep, but it's at least promising to hear elk bugle all night while you're sleeping. So
It's a good sign.
Get up to the top of this ridge, see if we can hear anything and kind of get an idea where anything's at before the sun comes up.
Having fun yet, Trevor?
Oh yeah.
A lot of road driving today. I got a good nap in the passenger seat.
Looking for
Exploring.
areas to go, exploring.
Well, we had a nice bull spotted from camp last night. He was not there this morning. I actually think it was a little bit bigger than we thought. It was just getting pretty dark though. And we're just trying to see what the unit has to offer, but we are having a really big struggle. And the thing is with this unit, we've never hunted this unit before, is there's just not a lot of access. Like
Mostly private ground.
and there's just these checkerboard pieces. There'll be a good chunk of public where we can hunt, and we go to get to it, and then it goes private road access, no public access. You know, just the road itself. And so we've been really fighting that. So there's definitely we're gonna have to do a lot of on foot hiking and possibly some bugling. We were kind of hoping to get some eyes on some big bulls and maybe do some spot stalking, but calling's always another option too. But it's just, if it gets warm, they're just not gonna talk midday and you just have the first couple hours of light and trying to get them to come in. So actually the rainy day that we're gonna get here shortly might be a good day to be out.
It's so tough to tell, but it almost looks like he forks up there. Oh dude, that's a big bull.
He's wide. That point makes him wide.
Here's to our first spot and stalk attempt.
Did a nice little spot and stalk here. He was a weird looking bull. He was big, but his saber tines almost went straight out instead of up. So it was really wide, but it was a cool bull, but we kind of only had one draw we could come up, and the wind was kind of started blowing the opposite direction. We're coming up the draw and we had no other option, so we just went for it anyways, and looks like the whole herd winded us. They are out of the country. That was about 10 yards.
If that, yeah.
Why can't the big bull do that? I'm just like,
Did you see? He was looking at you, and he was
just drooling.
and he didn't care because the cow decoy.
Yeah, he was just sitting there drooling. Like, I don't even.
We were
care.
standing out in the wide open.
There's nothing here.
Yeah.
There was no cover.
He saw that. He didn't even pick his head up to look at you at first. He just kept walking. He saw the cow face, and he's just like.
I'm not gonna lie. There was about a split second there where I'm like, "This would be the coolest video. I might just shoot it."
It would have been pretty cool.
Just straight on, like
He just
10
needed,
yards.
I think, one more year, and he would have been pretty tempting.
I think this is day 3 or 4 of being here, but day 2 of us really hunting. First 2 days were a little bit rough, but we're getting into some elk now, and yeah, hoping that we can just get some opportunities. We had a really good evening hunt last night. We had pretty much 3 pursuits on bulls last night in a matter of an hour and a half. We did a spot and stalk, and then we had another bull screaming. When we popped over the ridge, the wind switched, and really big bull, but he winded us about 300 yards. And then we had another one that was a 6x7 that got to about 110 yards, and then the wind switched. So we have this. Trevor really badly wants to shoot with the bow, but if he caves in this area, we can use a crossbow. But people frown upon the crossbow, so we're not afraid. Sometimes you have to suck your ego up and just be a man and shoot the crossbow. He's going to try the bow, but I'm packing this just in case. It's at 100 yards. Decided to join the party. Yeah. We gotta come down so we can kill something.
After a couple of days of Trevor and I chasing elk, Travis finally arrived. He drove separate because the plan is, after Trevor fills his tag, then Travis and I will head further south into Colorado to pursue different elk.
Go with him because you got the camera. We have good wind right now. I think so. The one over there. You want that one now. You don't want a 1 or 5 player. Travis might have to back up and call this thing past you. He's coming. Wind's good now.
So the other challenge we came across multiple times on this trip was the wind just kept switching on us, and it did just that in this scenario. The bull didn't like Trevor's stinky armpits and bolted. So Trevor made one last ditch effort to kill this bull. So although at first glance, this does look like a bad shot, but from Trevor's angle, the elk was quartering hard. You can see in slow motion that the arrow is angled right into the vitals.
Looks like you got a dead bull. He's taking his last little kicks. It was a good idea, wasn't it, coming over here?
It was.
Yeah. Good idea. We were all excited when we look at video. It's like, no, let's just split up and try and get a visual. They came over here and didn't go very far and got a visual. He's just taking his last little kick. He's gonna die right there.
I guess bringing Travis over was the secret and killing elk.
Sometimes you just need Travis to come along, I guess. Yeah, we had this bull kind of in a weird spot. These bulls hang out in these weird rock boulders up here. And bull screamed right here. I thought there was no chance that there'd be an elk here. Travis started trying to call it in while Tom was filming, and He started coming up to us, and he came up. I could see his rack at about 20 yards, and I don't know if he winded us, but I couldn't get over the rock enough to get a shot on him. And so he kind of sprinted down the hill, and we cow called and stopped him at around 90. It was about 90. I think 92 is kind of about where it was at. It's down, boys.
Good one.
Nice. Oh man, that's a good bull.
That's a nice bull.
I think that's your biggest bull, Trevor.
Yeah, that's a great bull.
Trevor, that's a big bull.
That's a good bull.
Nice job, buddy.
That's awesome. That's my biggest bull.
That's a big bull. He's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, he's bigger than I thought.
Trevor.
Yes.
He's beautiful. He's beautiful. That's a beauty.
Look at your shot. I think this is.
Oh, that's where
exit.
the exit coming out.
Oh yeah, see, I told you.
It's right there.
I called it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect shot, Trevor. 90 yards.
See, guys?
90
90-yard shot. Yeah, it's kind of me and Tom have been in here for probably about 5 days that we've been hunting. We've been seeing a ton of good bulls, just having a hard time getting close enough to them. And today, Travis came down. They're going to head down to Colorado, so he's like, oh, I'll come help you for a couple days. And turns out he ended up calling in this pig for us. And Tom had the video camera. Travis was kind of back raking. And the bull kind of came up at about 20 yards, but he had a rock between me and him. All I could see was his rack. And then the wind kind of switched, and he took off running down the hill. And so we just popped up, threw a couple cow calls, and he actually stopped at 90 yards, and I got a shot off, and then he just kind of ran down and piled up. And so we couldn't quite see where he ran down to, so we just kind of got a little different vantage point and see him down here dying, and yeah, just gave him about half an hour and came down here. Nice. Pretty awesome. This is the biggest bull I've ever killed, so I am totally stoked. Not only the biggest bull I've ever killed, but I also killed it with the bow, so very stoked on this thing.
Trading meat.
Well, we had 4 bags, and we have to get it down to 3, so it kind of sucks. It's going to be heavy.
Yeah, we don't want to make an extra trip up here. Yeah, how do you like the desert versus heavy timber, thick brush?
You know, I don't know what's better. At least in the heavy timber, you can get down in a cool spot.
Yeah.
Everything out here is just hot as balls, but at least you can see something too.
Yeah.
The brush just kind of sucks. Here it's like you usually see an elk before you chase it. You hear it bugle, oh yeah, I think that's one we'll take. Then you go after it. So, scored it this morning in the Walmart parking lot before Tom and Trav leave to Colorado. 341 and
Nice.
5/8. So, finally broke the 340 curse. Actually, turns out that a lot of the bulls that we were seeing were probably 350 plus because we thought this one was small. So, but yeah, I'm super stoked on it.
Biggest bull you ever killed.
Such a great bull.
That was a big
Tom and I are heading for Colorado. Good job, brother. Way to make it happen. Being
Yep.
aggressive.
Thanks, guys.
Running and gunning.
So as we continue to give you free content to watch, all we ask in return is to give us a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated on our newest hunting episodes. Thank you for watching.